Hello everyone, how are you doing? As I promised, I would be making a video on how to margin trade. So I'm just doing it now. It's not very difficult. So let's get to it. I'm just going to assume that everyone here knows how to set up an account. And the platform I use is BitMEX. It's great for margin trading. Doesn't require a whole lot of verification. So that's definitely a bonus. I just made a new account, a test account, because as you know, I lost my phone, so I cannot access my own BitMEX account right now, which basically sucks. But that's just the way it is. Let me just put out an announcement in the group for a second. So, when trading margin, then there's a couple of things you should know. I do not recommend trading with margin. It's very dangerous. It's very easy to lose your money. And the reason for this is that margin, is borrowed money. So I have deposited a small amount of Bitcoins here, like, I don't know, 400, 300 bucks. And this is the money I can use to trade. Now, if you're trading margin, basically what you're doing is you are using these funds to cover a larger position. And your margin can be changed with this box on the left here. Basically, what this means, if I put zero margin, I'm only using my own money to trade, and I'm never going to be margin called. And margin called basically means you get liquidated, your position gets closed, and you're forced to take the loss. If you are starting with margin trading, I recommend to use a very small amount of money. I myself never put any serious money when I'm margin trading, but just use a very small amount and use a maximum of 5x leverage when you're starting. Now, I'm just going to show you how to do this. I can see some divergence here. The RSI is going up, so on the very short term, I'm bullish. I'm just going to choose the price that I want to set, which is 7,300. So 7,300, and adjust the price here. And then you can adjust the amount of contracts you're going to need. And I'm just going to use 2,000, or actually 20,000 contracts, just to as a demonstration. Hold on. 18,000. I'm just going to show you what happens if you trade on a large margin. So this is just for demonstration purposes. See, my order has now been set. I like to put it a little bit below the price that it's currently trading on. Just going to use 25x, otherwise it's going to go too fast. There we go. Could not be changed, never mind. And if you want to change the price of your order, you just drag this box up or down. So let's say I don't want my buy to be set at 71.46. I just move it up a little bit, and that's how you change your order. That's how I set my orders. It's relatively easier to do because sometimes Bitcoin can move like $100 in a couple of seconds. So then let's say if I want to buy at 7,300, and by the time I've clicked this and I've set everything up, then the price could have been changed and my order will not get filled. That's why I use this little box here. Now, this money can also be used to short Bitcoin. What's the difference? It's relatively easy. Buy or long means you are betting on a price increase. So if the price goes up, you're going to make money. If you're selling or shorting, then you are betting on a price decrease. So then you will make money if the price goes down. Now let's just set the order at 73. Buy long. Here you can see the order value. So I am trading for a total amount of 2.5 Bitcoin. That means my 0.057 Bitcoins cover this whole order. The mark price, hold on, this is not very important. And the estimated liquidation price is important. This is just something you will have to read before you are actually buying. This is the price level. Your order will get liquidated and removed from the market. It will get closed and your money will be gone. So basically that means if I enter at a price level of 7,300, which is here on the blue line, and I start this order, then I will get liquidated at 71.92, which is here. And this will probably show you the danger of using margin, because if the price crosses this red line, let's say I'm using 50% margin, I'm opening it here, I'm expecting it to go up. If I'm using 50% margin, the price only needs to go there. And on the 5 minutes, it looks like this. And on the hourly, it's gonna look like this. So, you know, this can be gone in 2 seconds. If somebody just decides like, okay, I want out, and he dumps a large order, then boom, you're gonna get liquidated and it's gone. That's the reason I prefer to use smaller margins, especially if you're just starting out. Do not go to 50x. You'll probably get wrecked. Let's say I want to buy at 7,300. Now, of course, I can never buy so much, but let's say I want to buy at 7,300. I'm gonna have to decrease the quantity because the borrowed money is gonna be less. And if I buy then at 5x margin, which means you're gonna use 5 times, or actually 4 times the amount that you have in your account, then the liquidation price will be 61.09. And you know, 61.09 is all the way down here. See, so that's quite a big difference. And basically what this means, if this bottom red line gets hit by the price, your order will be liquidated and you will have no money left. So that's why margin trading is rather dangerous. Especially if you're using big margins. I'm just going to demonstrate by filling an order now. As I said, the RSI appears to diverge from the price. So let's say I want to put in an order right now. I'm gonna put in a very small order, only 1,000. So I'm going to buy long. Let's see if I want to get this filled here. If there's any questions, please put them in the live chat so I can just easily answer them. But it's not very difficult to do. You know, let me rephrase that. It's not very difficult how to understand how to do this. In order to do this successfully and actually be profitable, that's something different entirely. So I'm just going to wait here. You know, for the ones that are only interested in how to do it, that's fine. I'm just going to wait in order to do a small demonstration of how I would actually margin trade. I would have to say in a market like this, I would never put any significant amount of money in margin trading. The reason I margin trade is because mostly I use long-term positions to make most of the money, but I can get fairly bored relatively quick. So then I just use a small amount of money to margin trade and to keep myself entertained, because I know if I don't do this, then I will start trading with some of my larger bags, which is not a good thing in itself. So no questions? Everything appears clear? Mm-mm. I really want to demonstrate how to do it, but there's not much price action right now. I think I chose the wrong time to do this. It's better not to margin trade, Willie. You know, some people wanted to learn how to do it, so here I am. Mm. Okay. Also, I would like to note you are not buying any real Bitcoins here. You're just buying contracts, which is a little bit technical. I will get into explaining that some other time. It's not important. Well, shorting, you know, if you're margin trading, then there's always going to be a lot of risk. There's no such thing as margin trading without a lot of risk. And that being said, what I like to do is, let's just imagine, just going to remove this for a second. Let's imagine I opened up a short here. Okay, so on the green line, my short is open and, you know, I'm successful. I made the good choice here, price gone down. At that point, what I like to do is use a stop limit. And to demonstrate this, I'm gonna have to put in an order. So I'm just going to put this in. There we go. It's going to get filled. Let's fill this order. Should get filled. Yes, there we go. So in this box, you can see your profit or loss. Now, okay, so I filled my order. My opening price is 7332. So that's around here. 7332. I'm just gonna move this sideways a bit. So this is my opening price. Now, as you can see, my liquidation price is 6696, which sits around, let's mark that in red. Okay, so my liquidation price is down here. Now, what I like to do is I like to look at the charts, you know. In order to do this, you have to know something about charting. But as you can see, the last bottom was at 72.21. Then I go to stop limit. I take my 1,000 contracts that I have here. Then you have a stop price and a limit price. What this means First, you set the stop price. So let's say I want my stop to be just below this price level here. So I'm going to set it at 72. That's the stop. Oh, let's switch this around. I'm sorry. I'm going to set this at 72. Now, the stop price is basically the amount of money that you want your, or the price that you want your order being executed at. So the stop price will be 7,000. Okay. I'm just going to put this in and then I will explain it. Stop limit. Okay. The limit. I think I'm doing it wrong here. I've never used stop limits on BitMEX. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was doing it right. So again, I'm sorry about this. Let's switch this around. There we go. Sell. Ta-da. I'm actually making profit here, 10% already. Basically, what this means, the stop is at 7,000 and the limit is at 72. This means that if the price reaches 7,200, it's going to initiate what is called a stop limit order. It's going to sell the position that I have. And it's going to continue selling all the way until the stop limit. So this is at about 7,000. Yeah, it's set at 7,000. So basically what this will do, it will trigger sell orders for your position, and it will keep triggering sell orders all the way until 7,000. Usually, if you have your stop price set at 7,200, it will execute at 7,200, and maybe you will pay, or you will get 71.97. There are some cases, let's say somebody dumps, I don't know, 20 million onto BitMEX, they dump it, then of course this order is going to eat up all the buy orders between 7,200 and 7,000, which basically means that even though your stop gets triggered at 7,200, there is not going to be any buy orders between these two levels. And these buy orders can be like reestablished really quick. But what some whales do is they trigger stop limits intentionally or not intentionally by selling a massive amount in one go, just like that. And then there will be no buy orders and all the stop limit orders will be triggered further below. But yours will not, because the limit price, and that's basically the minimum amount of USD you're willing to take per contract, is set at 7,000. So let's say somebody sells and there's no buy orders here. Your stop is not going to trigger at, for example, 6,600. Any price below 7,000, your stop will not sell any contracts. So basically, this is the most important one, the stop price. This is the price your order will be triggered. And then the limit price, usually I have about 200 USD below my order, because it's a very rare case where this wouldn't get filled. Most of the time, your order gets stopped. It just fills at where the current price is, maybe a couple dollars below if you have a big order. Really depends. And I can see we are up 13%. Guess I was right. Now let's say I was going to sell here. I'm going to take this whole move like this. There we go. Okay. Something else about the stop. This can also be used in reverse. Not sure if I should showcase this right now. I hope it was a little bit clear. I rarely use this because this is only necessary when you are in a position and you are like sleeping or whatever. But my number one rule is I don't sleep when I margin trade. I just do it like this, maybe for an hour, and then quit. Basically because I am not the best margin trader. It's not something that I want to be good at. It's just something that I like to do. Of course, this can also be used in reverse. Let's see. Fibonacci level of 75.47. I'm just going to use 75.40. I don't know if this is actually possible on BitMEX. Take profit limit. There we go. You can see there's a couple of different stop limits. I'll get into each one right now, just so we have it done. This is the take profit limit. Very good to use sometimes. Let's say I want to take profits at 75.40. Then I'm just going to put this 75.40. And of course, this has to be higher. Why does this not work? It does work. 75.40. Price level is just going to put it at 30. $75.40. There we go. And we fill this in. And now you can see take profit. The trigger is 75.40. So if the price goes here, it will start taking profits. And it will continue to take profits until you have pushed the price down to 75.30, or until until your position is sold. You can use this together. So let's say I want to put a stop limit below the previous bottom, which is 72. And the limit price at 7,000. There we go. Sell. So I now have my position open, and it's opened on 73.32, which is at this level. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you guys can get a better picture. Okay, so it's displaying my buy price here on the left in green. It's displaying my take profit limit, which is sitting at the Fibonacci level of 618, and then it's displaying my stop limit trigger, which is sitting at 72. I would like to note that all of these stops, etc., they can be moved just like that. So if you've put them in wrong, you can just drag them and drop them, which is really easy. That's one of the reasons I like BitMEX so much. It's just easy to do everything. So yeah, those are the most important stops and take profits to use. Of course, you have a trailing stop, which I will get into right now. And to demonstrate this, I will just remove the other two stops. There we go. Okay, so the quantity of contracts, this should always match your current contracts. Trail value. Now, what is trail value? I'm just going to put this at 200. How do I set this to sell? Perhaps this can only be used for shorting. I don't think this can be used for shorting. Into trailing stop. Basically, what is a trailing stop? This trailing stop will move along with the price. So basically, let's say I put this at 200. Put a stop. There we go. Of course, minus 200. Set sell stop. And there we go. Look at this. There was no option to select plus or minus, but that's basically it. So I now have a trailing stop. What will this trailing stop do? Let's say the price increases by 100 USD to the upside right now. I'm hoping it does, because then this will demonstrate perfectly what this does. Yeah, there we go. See, it moved up automatically. This stop, if the price goes up, will always stay $200 behind the current price. So let's say the price goes up all the way to 8,000. So here, then this stop will move to 7,800, like that. Now let's say the price reaches 8,000 and then goes down. If it goes down, the stop will not move. It will only move in the position you are trading. If you're longing, then it will only go up, never go down. If you're shorting, then it will only go down and never go up. So I'm really hoping the price will like reach to the 618 right now, so I can demonstrate this. No, I'm not covering anything, guys. I'm just doing some live demonstrations here. But this stop will, that's why it's called a trailing stop. It will trail with the price. If the price goes up, this stop will go up, just with the price. And then when the price goes down, this stop will stay in position until it's hit, and it will execute the sell order and remove your positions. Now, let's put this stop at 30 USD. Remove this one. I'm going to do 100. So my stop is now placed here. This will probably trigger, and I will show you guys what happens if a stop triggers. See, the The price is going up, so the stop just went up as well. It's up even more. And now the price goes down, and you can see the stop is staying in its position. It's not moving. It's probably gonna get hit now. There we go. Just a small second. It's moving into the stop. And probably you will see a message popping up. See, there we go. It's below the stop price that I've put in. And now my stop is triggered. 100 contracts were sold at 73.20. And I made like 3% profit. That's basically how you should use different kinds of stops. If you don't know what each stop is, just go to Investopedia and they will have a clear explanation of how to do it. But basically, this is how to margin trade. It's not difficult to learn, very difficult to master. And then I'm not talking about how to do it, but I'm talking about how to do it profitable. Now, I'm just going to close my position here and I'm going to, to demonstrate something. I want to close it at 73.32. To sell 900 contracts. My sell will appear here and boom, gone. There we go. Now let's say I want to trade at 50x margin. Okay. I'm just going to buy 100 contracts. I'm doing this at 73.17, I believe. And I'm going to short it. My order is filled. And as you can see right from the start, I'm actually down 5%. So you can see how fast this goes. This is within 0.1 second. It's like no time. And that's why it's so dangerous. I'm already down 7% and my trade hasn't even started yet. Well, it has started, of course, but it just started 1 second ago. This will be profitable, by the way. There we go, profitable 1%. Let's see, I should probably put a sell order at 72, 73. So buy. There we go. Because I don't want to lose any money. Just gonna put it right there. So this is how you close your order. You just put in an order that is opposite of what you have here. And I made some profit again. So it's not very difficult if you know, if you do it like this. But if you're gonna put in like $1,000 and you're gonna put it on 50x margin, then you're basically trading with 50,000 and you will get wrecked so fast, and then you will probably, you know, it's just not a wise thing to do. So for the rest, I'm just going to show you guys basically how I trade. If you like to watch, I'm just gonna do some live trading for 15 minutes. That's fun to showcase this for a little bit. I'm a messy drawer though, so excuse my charting. I'm not a great artist. I hope I actually get wrecked during this live stream because that's like the perfect way to show everyone you shouldn't margin trade on 25x. I'm not so sure yet. I'm just waiting for this previous support to be broken as far as you can talk about support as. Doesn't work. Let's see if there's anything going on here. See, I just put the box in ready mode here. And now I can like pull it everywhere I want. Well, basically, basically trading the 5-minute chart on Bitcoin with 25x margin, that's just straight up gambling. That's like one dude could push an order through and wreck your whole position. But it appears as though it's actually gonna go down. We will see. Just gotta be patient. Usually the price revisits the 618 on moves like this, so wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I believe it's going to do just that. Now, I've put in my contracts. Now I'm going to put in stop loss 7250, 250. If we reach 7250, I'll put a sell order. Not going to use a stop loss. But just look at this profit and loss indicator. This is like, this will go up and down ridiculously fast. And just imagine this being all your money. If you're doing this with a lot of money, then you are gonna get super stressed. I'm just doing with like 50 bucks right now. Not even. I'm making this trade because basically, if you see this here, this was going down. I wish I started recording here, but I didn't. Then the RSI was diverging from that, so it was going up. And this might be strong enough to push the price to the 618. I certainly hope so, or not. Let me just mark my rect price. My rect price is 70.87. So basically, this would be right there. And this is not a big move. I mean, this can be gone in 1 minute easily. Easily. Maybe I'll do this more often. It's fun to do, actually. Let's go even more extreme. 1 minute charts for the win. So what I like to do when trading like this, basically I wait to see divergence, and on the 1 minute the divergence is even worse, like this. And then I open a position, and then I put my target on the 618, and this is like a golden formula. It usually works, doesn't always work, of course, but it works enough of the times that I'm confident in this strategy. Because this is not an exception. If we go to the previous, well, wouldn't call it a pump. Is there any good upside? Yeah, here's the same thing. You see it? So the price started its down move. Basically, this is the move. the RSI was sitting at 15 here, and then it dumped, and basically the RSI didn't really like to join this dump. So this was the last time we were in the chat room, I remember it, and we were looking at the price, and then we actually opened a long here with the 618 as target, and this got hit. And like right now, you have the exact same situation going on a shorter time frame. This is a much smaller time frame. I think it would be best to look at this on the 1 minute, but this is too extreme for me. And basically, this is like a hobby that's fun to do. And if you just put a little bit of money, it's like good education, because larger moves can usually be translated into shorter moves like this. You know, they correlate. They're sometimes the same. So if you manage this, then this will help you in your long-term positions as well. If there's a lot of selling pressure, then the 5 also is like a target sometimes, but this is less common. I would like to note, if the MACD switches, if it goes bearish, then I will close this position, because then I expect another down move. Especially on shorter time frames like this, I really like to use this indicator. Oh, the Ishi Cloud is certainly good to use. I like to use it, but I like to use it on a longer time frame, like usually a day at least. And it's good if you're trading, not only look at BitMEX, but look at Bitstamp especially. And as you can see, actually the whole RSI has been making higher lows from here. So, you know, this could potentially be a nice trade. Or it will not be. I see this channel cannot be found on BitMEX, if I am correct. Or well, maybe it can, but it's less obvious. I think we're gonna hit the top of this channel. Except you should know, Ishimoku is good for trend trading, and not like what we're doing now. I find it most useful when I identify larger trends that are daily, or sometimes even 4 hourly, but never hourly. 1 hourly is possible, but it's less accurate. My dinner is gonna be ready soon, and I don't think a whole lot is gonna happen right now. If it's gonna go to my target, it has to do so right now. And otherwise, I'll make a new video this evening where we can all talk. You know, it's fun to do. So why not? Yeah, I'll continue this in the evening. I'm just going to eat my dinner, and I'll be back in half an hour to an hour to do some more live stream trading. Just gonna have some food. Come on, just execute. There we go. Okay, so I'll be back later.